What's up, people? Today it's Clank. We're back at it again. Today I'm gonna show the showcase my magical musketeers when 3-in-1 at locals. Hope you guys enjoy it. So to start things off, we go with 3 Casper. He's just your searcher for the deck. Searches out pretty much anything you need. And he's also a level 3 for you. Rank 3 plays. Next you have Starfire, who activated in her column, use special summon 1. Yeah, you can't play these 2 at 2 because they're just that good and necessary for the deck. The rest you can play at any number, but I play Wild at 2. I used to play him at 3 because I did use his recycle a lot, but then I use Doc's effect as well to do recycling. I play Get Brave at 2 because I do need the rank 3s and it helps me get out. At least if I have the 3s out, I can do Ties the Brethren 2 times in the duel. The same for Calamity, so I have always can do it 2 times for each level. So that's it for the monsters in the main deck. Now we go on to spells. First we have your 3 steady hands, double your attack and defense. Cross Dom, make their attack and defense 0, negate their effects. Double summon, really need this because it gives you another normal summon and all the monsters in your deck you can normal summon. And Ties of the Brethren, because all your monsters are level 3 or 4, and it helps you get your plays out. Next, 2 Arrival, because it's also again another normal summon. MST and Dark Hole. Use Dark Hole instead of Raigeki because you have a trap that protects your things from card effects. Yeah, so you just use Dark Hole. You can side out Raigeki, but I mean I do, but I don't use Raigeki that much. Now we move on to the traps. First, your big 3-up. Last Stand is basically Solemn Strike is basically a spell and trap negation. So okay, your opponent activates Solemn Strike to negate your monster's effects to search or anything. You just Last Stand. They pay the 15 and they get nothing. Desperado, pop 1. It's basically an MST, but it's a trap card. 2 Dancing Needles. This card was really good against ABC, because when they get an A in the graveyard, or a B or a C, and it's just sent there for a link summon, I chain this to the summon of their monster, and I banish them all. Because then they can't summon Buster. Next, you come to your Fiendish Deal, which Fiendish Deal, is the card that protects you from Dark Hole. You Dark Hole the field, and you're like, okay, Fiendish Deal, you can't, my monsters can't be blown up by it. So they're like, Raigeki, ouch. Oh, I activate Fiendish Deal, nothing happens to my monsters. You play 1 Warning and 1 Strike. You don't really set cards in this deck, so having these 2 is kind of just there in case of, like, if your opponent is using Anti-Spell Fragrance, and you have to set all your cards. I mean, this deck gets slowed down like a little bit, but that's it. You're still doing everything in 1 turn, and your opponent gets anxious with everything. So, at least that's what happened to me. The only person I lost to was Pendulums, because I misplayed. I didn't try to stop his Naruto, and it cost me because he kept negating all my spells. So that's where I went wrong, but hopefully everybody can do anything better. So now we go off to the extra dice. First off, you play a regular number 39 Utopia, and then you go off into your Lightning. What's great about him is like if you use cross dom before you summon him, you cross dom, make your opponent's monster 0, swing into him, detach, make his attack 5,000, and you just did 5,000 to your opponent, and it's pretty good. You can OTK people with this card. Baguspa, because you sometimes need to have to wait out a couple turns because you get a bad draw or anything, so you bring out Baguspa. Tornado Dragon, to get rid of the back row, because you only have one MST, and your trap only targets face up, so Tornado Dragon can get rid of problematic cards. Diamond Dyer, basically because he's a pop. He gets rid of things. The same with Break Sword. Great level 3, great rank 3 for you to play. Grand Pulse, also spell and trap removal, pretty good. Now we go off to the links. You play Akashic Magician because your monsters are the same type. So it's basically just to have a link up and link down, and sometimes you can get co-linked and do the things, but you don't really use it. You just really, if you get this out, it's just to probably do something else. Probably go into link 4, like Borload, because you play 2 proxies, because you do play a lot of 2s. Trigate is not hard to get out, but it's hard to get them co-linked 3. Then Decode, because everything's an effect in here. Decode can basically make this. Firewall, because he's your good link for Borload, and Sorry User Skull Dread. This is literally, I think I really never went into any of these, but I had them just in case. Like, one of my buddies was playing with Cherries, and I was like totally expecting him to hit my Borload, but he didn't, and so then I brought out the Borload, and he's like, oh, it should have hit the Borload instead of the Firewall. But yeah, so this deck went 3-1 at locals last Saturday. Pretty good overall. The few side deck cards I have is an MST, a Raigeki, and 2 Honest, and another Strike. But it's all your personal preference. Hand traps in this deck don't work. They just clog it up. Sure, you can run all your other monsters at like high levels, at high amounts, like 3 and 3, 3, 3, at everything at 3. But then your deck's not at 40. You're clogging your deck up. My opinion, this has worked the best for me. So Musketeers get a pretty good week. Hopefully they'll do even better next week. That's Clank signing out.